another edition of the RealTime Fantasy Sports Show. I'm Jeff Paur, senior writer for RealTime Fantasy Sports, and on today's show, I'm going to give you 5 waiver wire ads for week 6 of the fantasy football season. So these are 5 players you might want to think about adding to your team if you're looking for some help at certain positions. These are guys I would consider adding to my roster. All right, my first ad for week 6 is Chase Claypool with the Steelers. So this will be the last time you will be able to add Claypool to your roster if he is available, because he is going to be scooped up in every league out there. Right now, he's available in 66% of leagues on our site. So he's out there in over half the leagues on our site right now. That's not going to be the case after this week. He had a breakout game last week, scored 4 touchdowns, hit the 100-yard mark receiving. He has scores 2 or 3 games. So last week wasn't just a fluke. Claypool is going to be a big part of this offense going forward, and he has a chance to really help fantasy teams down the stretch. So if he's out there, go get him. My next player on the waiver wire ad list for this week is Travis Fulgham with the Eagles. So Fulgham is another player similar to Claypool who had a huge game last week. He had 10 catches for 152 yards. He now has scores in 2 straight games. You can't ignore his production in this offense in recent weeks. He's getting his chances, making plays for the Eagles, and I think that's going to be the case going forward for Fulgham. I know Alshon Jeffrey's due back very soon, could be this week, so he will cut into the playing time of Fulgham a little bit, but I still think Fulgham's going to get some work in this offense. So if you're looking for a receiver to add and you don't get Claypool in your league, I would consider adding Fulgham. My next waiver wire ad is Derek Carr with the Las Vegas Raiders. So I'm a Derek Carr believer. He has 22 fantasy points, 4 straight games. He had his best game of the season last week against the defending Super Bowl champs on the road. He went 22 of 31 for 347 yards and 3 touchdowns against the Chiefs. Very impressive performance. He's played some really good defenses to start the year, still has produced well. I think he's getting overlooked right now. He has at least 239 passing yards every game. He's been very consistent, and he remains available in 46% of leagues on our site. I consider him a low-end number 1 fantasy quarterback right now. So if you're looking for some QB help, maybe have an injury at the position or a guy's underperforming like Drew Brees, I would go get Derek Carr. My next waiver wire ad for week 6 is Christian Kirk, another receiver. This one's with the Arizona Cardinals. He had his best game of the season last week, had 5 catches for 78 yards. He has double-digit fantasy points 2 straight games. He had a really slow start to a season. He got dropped in a lot of leagues, but he is playing well right now, and he's available in those leagues that he was dropped. 48% of leagues have him out there. So if you're looking for a receiver, I would consider adding Kirk. He has some big game potential in this offense. DeAndre Hopkins is there, Larry Fitzgerald as well, so they'll take away targets from Kirk, but he's definitely capable of the big game any given week in this offense. And my last waiver wire ad for this week is Alexander Madison with Minnesota. So Madison is not out there in many leagues. He is not available in most, but he is out there in 28% of leagues on our site. So if you're looking for a running back for this week and he's available, I would go grab him. It looks like Dalvin Cook is going to miss the game this week. They have a bye the following week, so it makes sense for the Vikings to hold him out. Madison will get the start, has a great matchup against Atlanta. He ran for 20 times for 112 yards last week in relief of Cook. So we know the potential is there for Madison to do big things in this offense. He's a great play this week against Atlanta in the starting role. So if you need a running back and you're one of those 28% of leagues that have him available, go grab Madison. Those are my 5 waiver wire ads for week 6 of the fantasy season. Good luck navigating your waiver wires this week. This has been Jeff Paur for RealTime Fantasy Sports. Have a great day.